Guys, today on Flick Outdoors, we're going to be going squirrel hunting. It should be awesome. We're going to get some squirrels, get some really nice footage for you. It should be, let's see, this video should be up probably about Monday, whenever it gets up, I would say. But, yeah, we're going to get into it. We'll try to show you some signs and what you're looking for whenever you're squirrel hunting and stuff. Us, ourselves, we're not very great at squirrel hunting anyway, but we'll do our best to show you what we're doing and how we're going to be doing it. A couple days later, after that squirrel hunt, we actually didn't get anything on the first hunt, so I went back again this morning to try to get something for you guys to see, so we could do a catch, clean, and cook. And needless to say, came out this morning. It's about 9:30 right now. Whenever I came out this morning, I came out probably around 7:30, and I've been sitting here for about 2 hours. And I've seen a couple, but one got in my like lane of fire right there. So quickly took him out. Not the biggest squirrel ever, but not the smallest one either. So we should have a video out for you guys. It's not gonna be out today, which is Monday. Or no, today ain't Monday. Today's like Tuesday. But it ain't gonna be out whenever I said it was in the first video, just because we didn't get enough footage for you guys. So there's a squirrel quacking that way. But I'll try to have this video up before the end of the week. But I'm gonna try to get at least one more on my way out this morning. But if I don't, we'll still have one for a catch, clean, cook. Anyway, see y'all later. Okay guys, now we're back at the house. We're going to get this guy skinned up and then get on to the cooking. The way that I actually like, I'm not very experienced in skinning or anything of that process because frankly, I've not killed that many squirrels, but I know how to do it basically, so I guess let's just get into it. I've got this big knife here to cut off the hand and the head. You want to wait till after to gut your squirrels, because if you don't, you'll probably get hairs in it, and the hairs are super hard to get off of them. So I guess let's just start onto it. My knife's not even that sharp, so what I like to start out with is I like to just get a cut on top of the skin. See, what you kind of do is pull some of the hair off. If you're going to keep the skin, I wouldn't recommend pulling any of the hair off, but I'm not really going to keep that much of the skin, so I'm going to pull some of the hair off just so I don't get it actually on the meat. Now, I actually shot this squirrel with the Charles Daly that I reviewed in a previous video. Probably be in the top right of the screen. Okay, now that you've got it cut, remember, try to get as little hair on your meat as you can, because hairs are very, very hard to get off. Okay. Once you can get a grip of it, easiest way that I found to do it, just get your fingers up under there and just pull it. Just like that. This way, you won't get a whole lot of, wow, you can see pellets. They didn't fully exit right there. This way you won't get a ton of hair on your meat. You're probably going to get a little still, but you're not going to get a whole lot. Just cut that real fast. Just keep pulling until you get it all off. Sometimes it helps to work around it a little bit. So if you're having trouble at the top, maybe go to the bottom. Alright, so once you get to about this point right here, I would recommend taking your knife, or whatever you're going to use to cut the head off, go to about right there and this is not a sharp knife by any means, but I'm just using it to try to get through the bone. And then I use my smaller knife to actually cut it. Okay. Now to help yourself out a little bit, what you can do is kind of try to get that separated right there, where the neck, where you cut the head off, and try to get that skin separated. Just cut it with your knife, because that'll make it easier to get the arms off. Okay, pull that arm up, skin off the back. I've got quite a bit of hairs on my meat, so I'm going to have to take a little bit of time to clean those up. Okay, there's your top half done. And you can take your bigger knife right there. Just break that bone. And it should pop right off. Sometimes it's easier to just break them than cut them. Okay, now down to the legs. I actually want to keep the tail off of this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get some of the skin and keep some of the skin with it too. Okay, so if you're gonna keep the tail, you're gonna try your best not to actually pull the tail skin off of the tail, like actual tail part of it, because then it's just gonna make your tail not very great if you do that. I'm actually gonna cut about that much off the skin from right there. That, pull that down, do the same for this side. I'd say there's people out there that can do this in probably 30 seconds, but I'm not super experienced, so it takes me a little bit longer. And, you know, that's okay, because everybody's got to start somewhere. You'll probably get droppings on your board while you're doing this. I'd say just flip them off, if it's going to bother you that much. Okay, take a big knife, just hit them. That's all you got to do. Same thing with this side. Okay, now onto the tail. This is where you want to be just a little bit more delicate. Blood warning right here, I'll probably have to blow this out. So that's actually the start of the tail, but if you pull it down just a little bit, And you got to make sure you're pulling up from the underside too on this part. Make sure you get all of that disconnected right there. You probably have to cut right here. There's some pretty strong tendons out there. And there's your tail. And you can cut this off if you want to. I'm just going to leave it on there because I just think it's a little cool. I'll have to probably salt that so it doesn't rot on me. But there's your skinned squirrel. I can't put this next part on video because I actually got to gut it. So I'll catch back with you whenever we get into the kitchen. Okay guys, we're back in the kitchen now. We're going to be boiling up the squirrel so that the meat will be nice and tender whenever we actually fry it. Because if you don't, it's usually kind of tough. But I've got the squirrel pretty cleaned up. I'm probably going to clean it a little bit more before the water actually boils. And I actually kept the heart because you can eat the heart. And before I got this stuff in the house and actually cleaned up, I tacked up the skin and the tail so that it can be drying up. But I'll catch you guys back whenever it gets done boiling. Okay guys, now we got the water boiling. Now we're going to turn down the heat to probably about a medium setting. My stove actually has numbers on it, so I'm going to put it right in between the 4 and the 5. So that then it won't actually be boiling, but it will be simmering. So while it's simmering, you just want to put it in there and probably leave it in there simmering for probably about, I would say 45 minutes. Okay guys. We're back now, and I've got the squirrel. This dude's all boiled up and everything. So now, last bit of prep we need to do is actually just cut this guy up and make sure that there's no hairs or anything on it that you can see or whatever. And then I'll get right back to you after that. Okay guys, I've got the squirrel cut up into legs. Just any kind of meat that I could keep. Legs, ribs. I like to keep the whole back part of the spine because there's just a lot of meat on there that a lot of the time people waste. And then we're just going to dip it in some egg wash and then some flour and season. Okay guys, now we're just going to put the squirrel into the oil and we'll put the biggest pieces in first. Because see, these are, for the most part, already done. It's just, you want them to cook a little bit with that stuff on them so that they get some of that good flavor out of your seasonings and stuff. But yeah, we'll let these fry up. I think I'm going to put just a little bit more oil in there. But other than that, we're good to go. Okay guys, now we're on to the taste testing part. This is the shotgun shell that killed this squirrel. And you guys are about to try it and eat it. Also, we got the heart here. I guess I'm going to be eating that. But let's get right into it. Pick a piece, guys. Going bold with the leg.
It smells like really good.
It's probably still a little bit tough because I'm still working out how to fix it right.
So could we die from this?
No. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you guys rate this? Tell the camera. Tell the audience.
7.5. 9.5.
Dang, son, 9.5. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time. One thing I did want to tell you guys this. I did make an Instagram account for the channel. Another thing is videos are going to be slowing down a little bit probably for a good while, probably because school started back and it's going to be hard for me to balance school and videos. So I'd say videos will slow down a little bit, but I'll still try to get you guys up. Also, I'm going to try to get a different camera so that the audio will be better. But other than that, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.